Hi guys, so your Untitled just arrived. You're going to get a box like this. Make sure the words are going up, and once they're going up you can open your box. It's going to look just like this. You're going to have 5 main pieces that you want to make sure that you have before you begin assembling, so we'll take them out right now. First piece is your seat section. Next, you got the front tire and chain assembly. Then we got the main tube section. Finally, we have the handlebar section, and this is important because it has a grease packet attached. We'll use that in a sec. Put that down. And finally, you're going to get a bag of tools, and inside the tools, you're going to get vice grips, crescent wrench, and an Allen wrench for the handlebars. And that's all you need, and now we're ready to assemble. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is assemble the front wheel and main tube section. So get your front wheel, main tube, and we're going to need the grease pack off the handlebars. So you come over here. You're going to have 3 nuts on this main tube section. You want to take those off, lefty-loosey. Put those off to the side. They should spin off with your fingers. Make sure you don't lose them. Okay, perfect. Next you take off the 2 bearing sections. They look like this. What you want to do is you're going to take your grease pack. You're going to squish all the grease to the side. Take some scissors. Cut the corner off your grease pack. Now this is very messy, so make sure you have a paper towel so you don't get grease everywhere. Put a little bit of grease on your finger. Then you're just going to put it around the ball bearing. Make sure you get it all over. Perfect. A lot more grease. Just more grease is better than less. And once you have those nicely packed, you're going to make sure that the ring side goes down against the main tube and that these ball bearings are facing up. You slide that on. You're going to take your main tube, looks like this way. You're going to slide that on top of the ball bearings. Make sure that the tube covers the ball bearings. Sometimes you'll get it and then the ball bearings will be outside. So you want to make sure that it goes right over the top. Take your second ball bearing, same grease. Just make sure you pack it really good with grease. Now this is going to go against it with the ring facing up. So you put that in. Once you have that in, you're going to take the cone. Make sure that the flat part is on top. Spin this on with your fingers. Now it's important to make sure that this is going on straight because these are very fine threads. You shouldn't feel any resistance at all. If you feel resistance, start taking it off and put it back on. But it should slide on, it should go on with your fingers. Tighten it down until it's against the top of the tube, because if you don't, the tube will be flopping and it'll have a lot of give, so you want to make sure this is up against the tube. Next you put on this ring with the little cutouts. Put the round side facing up. Put that on. Again, you can start spinning it backwards until you feel like a click. And once you feel the click, then you can start spinning it on forward. And there, I was feeling some resistance. Go on until you're not feeling any. Put that on. Last, you put on the nut. Same thing. Spin it backwards, hear a click. Put all the way on. And your tube set is now assembled. Alright, now we just put on the main tube. We're going to put on the handlebars, and then we'll be ready to slide the seat on and it'll be ready to ride. So first, what you want to do is you want to make sure that these nuts that we just put on are tight. Otherwise this main tube will go up and down and it'll creak. And what you're going to do is you're going to tighten the jam nut as tight as you can against that. Then you're going to spin this top nut on. And using your vice grips, you're just going to cinch it down so that there's no way that it's going to come loose. Grab the outside and twist it a little bit more. Okay, that's good. Next, you're going to take your handlebars. You want the square to be facing backwards so that the handlebars are tilted toward the rider. You're going to put the stem in the main tube. It's going to slide down on top. Next, you're going to take your 2 bolts, and you want this washer on top. You're going to put it in. And just like we were doing on the steer tube, you want to get it started with your fingers, and you want to make sure that there's no resistance. It should go in really easily, and you shouldn't have to force them. If you feel like it's forced and you look at it, it's kind of crooked, just take it out, start it again, because it's important that you don't strip these. If you strip these, it's probably not repairable, and you'll have to get a whole front section resent to you, which is a real pain. So once you have those finger tight, take your crescent wrench, adjust it to the size, and you can tighten these down. Make sure to get them really tight so that your handlebars won't be moving around. This last one. Alright, those are good. Once you have those locked in, you want to get the final steer tube nut. Again, adjust it to fit, and you're going to tighten that down until you feel a lot of resistance. And now handlebars are on. Alright, it's looking pretty good. Now we just need the seat section and you'll be ready to ride. So you're going to take your seat section, and you'll notice that it has a screw in the back. This is what's going to secure it. You want to make sure that the screw is all the way taken out, so when you slide it over your frame, the frame doesn't get scratched by the screw that screws in there. So once you have that taken out, you lift up your seat, and you're going to slide the square section onto the main frame. And just pull it together, jiggle it around, should slide right on. Now you come to the back, you notice that there's another hole in the top here. That's a guide hole. What you want to do is you want to bring that back over the top of the hole behind it, and that lines up the tube with the screw. So once you have that lined up, you just tighten it down, and you shouldn't feel anything because it should be going into the hole. And once you tighten that down all the way, it should secure the main frame. And at any point during riding, if you feel this getting loose or you feel the front start to wobble a little bit, get off and tighten this down again, because it's important that you keep it tight, otherwise it starts creaking and it could actually come off the back of the seat. So you always want to make sure that this is all the way tight. And after you do that, you're pretty much done. This new locking mechanism, we just developed this. This wasn't in the video. It's pretty simple to use. Basically, you push down to activate it, and the wheel's locked, and you pull up to disengage it. So that's really nice, really useful, and it's just it's a really simple mechanism. Finally, to adjust the handlebars, you'll see that there's 4 screws. That's where you use your Allen wrench, and what you're going to do is you're just going to loosen those up, adjust the degree of the handlebars, and retighten them. And that's about it. Make sure that all your screws are tight. Check them occasionally. If you have any questions, send me an email, and I'll get you squared away. Thanks for watching.